Hello everyone, I am Dakota, your PM, your DM, your GM of A Path Through Time. Sitting to my left is somebody who believes that wired earbuds are much better than wireless earbuds.
It's me, Evelyn, playing Hikaru. And sitting to my left is someone who believes that G double sharp and B double flat don't mean the same thing.
That's me. I'm Eli. I play Bruce on this podcast, and sitting across from me is someone who believes that French toast is the best breakfast food.
Absolutely do, and I will fight anyone that says it's not. Hi, I'm Shawn, and I'm playing Sammy. I'm going to spin it back to the guy across from me.
Yeah, that's me. So you guys are probably wondering what this podcast is and why we're making it. I'm a huge fan of Not a Scratch, actually, and I've decided to make a sister podcast. This show is set 20 years before the events of Not a Scratch. There will be some slight overlaps, but we will not be changing anything in the nothing canon in this show will actually show up in Not a Scratch. So this is a separate podcast, but it takes place in the exact same world. In fact, we're actually starting in Gale Beach, in the Ventus region. If you guys don't know what the Outcast region is, it's a region made by Andrew himself, who is the PM, DM, GM of Not a Scratch. Thanks to him for all that he's created for us. He made this entire system and this entire world for us. And only because of him are we actually able to do the show. In the southeastern, it's like mid-eastern part of the region is Ventus. There are a whole bunch of different states, and right in the middle is Ventus. On the west shore, there's a ocean, and right on that ocean is Gale Beach, where we're actually going to be starting. In fact, let's start our adventure now. You guys ready to fly on in?
Yep,
Sure am.
Do it.
let's fly on in.
All right. Whoosh, we're flying on in. All right, Eli, we're actually going to start with your character. Do you care to introduce your character, who you are, what you're playing, and what your character is like?
Yeah, so I'm playing a young senior in high school about to graduate, Cyndaquil, named Bruce. He is typically very shy, doesn't have many friends, and he makes sure that anyone that is close to him is a very good person and has good reason to be his friend. Just go through his stats real quick for anyone out there who likes numbers. He's got an HP stat of 22, attack of 9, defense of 10, special attack of 9, special defense of 9, and speed of 9. And in case you don't know the Not a Scratch game system very well, all the Pokemon also have human stats that basically correlate over to most of the D&D stats, but are lumped into categories based on the contest stats in the game, in like main series games. So everyone has a cool, a cute, a smart, a beauty, and a tough stat. So Bruce's cool is at 0, cute is at -1 or -1. These are for like rolls and stuff. Smart is at a +1, beauty is +2, and tough is +1. And I'm sure throughout the show we'll go through what each of those stats is used for. And yeah, that's Bruce.
That's actually a pretty good explanation of how everything works here. As we look down, Bruce, you are actually asleep right now. What fun things does Bruce like to dream about?
I think he dreams about probably sparring with the he used to spar with his dad back when he was a kid, and He dreams about that because his father is unfortunately no longer around. So, yeah,
So you're sparring with
he's probably dreaming.
You're sparring with your father right now, and it is his turn to attack. As he runs in for an attack, he picks up a ruler off the ground and smacks you on the head with it. Bruce! Bruce! Wake up! Smack, smack.
Yeah, I think he would wake up at that.
Bruce, wake up! Smack! And as you raise your head, you look into the eyes of Mr. Farnsworth, the Kangaskhan, who is your social studies teacher. But Bruce, I know this is the last day of school, but I mean, this test is worth 30% of your grade. I mean, come on now. You can't be sleeping on this.
Fine. Sorry. Just dozed off
You
there.
got about 5 minutes left. You might want to finish up your test real quick. Looks like you're almost done anyway. And he walks back over to his desk and he sits down, but you can tell he's keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, I'll go back to finishing the test.
So you look down at your test and it's labeled 12th grade social studies exam. This is your final exam for the year, and you are on your last page. You look like you have about 5 questions left. The first question that isn't answered says, how many states are in the Outcast region?
I believe that is 8.
All right. You writing that down?
Yes.
All right. Your next question says, what is the capital of Nature State?
Let's see, Nature, that is the neighbor to our state of Ventus. The capital is Thunder Tree City.
All right. The next question. What guild is located in Briny Breeze Island?
Briny Breeze Island. It's a little ways away, but not too far. That is the Boulder Stars, I believe.
All right, your fourth question. What tool is used by guild members to transport quickly out of dungeons?
Oh, that's an easy one. That's the guild badge.
And your last question. What state do you currently reside in?
Well, that's the Ventus state.
As you finish writing everything, the teacher looks up from his desk and says, all right, everyone, that's time. Please turn your papers over and I will collect them after everyone leaves class. And as he says this, the bell rings and everyone starts to pack their stuff into their bags and head out of the room.
Yeah, I'll go out too. I assume I know where my next class is because the last day of school.
Yeah.
So I'll just start heading my next class.
The next class on your schedule is actually lunch. The lunchroom is all the way down in the basement, and you got 30 minutes to eat whatever you got, get in line. The school does offer free lunch if you haven't brought anything. So you head down to the cafeteria. Did Bruce bring his own lunch, or does he make his own? Or does he get in line?
Bruce does have his own lunch. He never really gets the school lunches. He always thought that he could just bring better food from home.
All right. So Bruce has a paper bag. Does Bruce have a paper bag or a lunchbox?
I think he has a lunchbox.
Okay, so Bruce has a lunchbox. You look out across the table, it's in the cafeteria, and you see your friend Hikaru sitting at the table who also brought her lunch. She's sitting with her 2 friends, Sammy, and she's sitting with your 2 friends, Sammy and Walter, the Riolu.
Just for clarification, it's Sammy that Bruce is friends with, and Hikaru is Sammy's friend that Bruce doesn't know super well.
Yep, that's actually what I meant to say. I realized I made a mistake as I was saying that. Sammy is Bruce's friend, not Hikaru. Sammy is sitting with his friend Hikaru, and Hikaru is sitting with her friend Walter, the Riolo. And Sammy looks up and waves at you to sit down with him.
Bruce, come sit down.
They'll go over.
And I just look over and I see
Flailing my
Bruce.
arms wildly, trying to get his attention.
Bruce is gonna look over, start walking over, and do the waving down on with his front paw to try to get Sammy to settle down a bit. Doesn't like making a big scene or anything.
Okay, so you all three are at the cafeteria table. Do you guys sit in the back, or do you guys sit up near the hallway?
The four of us are sitting at the table.
Well, I mean, yeah, but which table are you guys sitting at?
Back, yeah.
Alright, so you guys sit in the back. What did all of you guys bring for lunch?
Well, Sammy brought... he brought an apple. Definitely an apple. And he brought a... I was gonna say like a turkey sandwich, but that probably isn't a thing. So we're just gonna go for...
Yeah, they don't eat meat here.
It's an unfeathered sandwich.
It's just a peanut butter sandwich. And like a little thing of milk.
Yeah, we don't eat Pokemon meat.
No. Not a Scratch established that all Pokemon are vegetarians. There is no Pokemon eating Pokemon in this world. Yeah. So Sammy's got an apple.
No matter what the Pokedex says.
Like a peanut butter sandwich and an apple and some milk.
And what about you, Hikaru?
Yeah.
Probably still be hungry though.
Yeah. I've got 2 rice balls and some pineapple berry slices.
So, pineapple berries? Oh, sorry. Walter picks up his bag and he dumps it out on the table. He pulls out a donut and another donut. And he says, "Oh, hell yeah. Donuts again? Mom's great." And he's smiling wide. He takes a big bite of his donut.
And
I see that you love your donuts. What's your favorite flavor?
Donut.
Donut flavor?
Yeah, donut flavor is the best.
I love donut flavored donuts.
Yes. So he's chowing down on his donut, and you all converse for a bit. Do you guys got anything going on with your lives right now?
Yeah, I've been writing some songs about, just the thought of graduating and getting into college.
Yeah, me too. I got this new guitar just recently. It's my mom got it for me. Hikaru, since he's your friend, you know that Walter's mother is actually a member of a band. And she is really big into music and music production.
Yeah, what's the name of the band?
What is a good name for a band? Let me see. I'm gonna let you guys come up with a band.
What kind of music did they play?
Rock and metal.
Rock, okay.
I should specify the never mind. So
I got it. Guns and Roselias.
Guns and Roselias, I love it.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Except for, I don't think guns exist in this world. So,
Last Seeds and Roselias.
There you go.
The Graveler Rocks and Roselias.
The Gravel Rocks. Ooh, what if they were just called the Gravel Rocks?
Yeah. That works.
Because they make rock. It's the Gravel Rocks. So
Gravel Rocks.
So Walter's mom is in a band called the Gravel Rocks, and he says, "So yeah, my mom just recently got me a new instrument. It's really cool." And he pulls out from beside him this electric guitar, but he also has a violin bow. And he stands up and he puts it on the ground and plays it like a cello. And it's like a he says it's like an improvised electric cello. This thing's sick.
Whoa, that is cool.
Oh man, you brought that to school?
Now that I think of it, maybe he wouldn't be allowed to bring that to school, but I'm just gonna say the rules are really lax here.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any rules against bringing
It's the last day of
instruments.
school, why not?
Bruce is just looking over at him sort of apprehensively. Like, why would you bring that to school?
So, as you're looking at him like that, you guys also notice that pretty much everyone else in the cafeteria is staring directly at Walter because they were all just like enjoying their lunches and stuff, and then all of a sudden, just a loud electric guitar starts playing in the corner of the room. So, Walter sits back down. He's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll save up for later." He says as he sees all the people staring at him. And he goes back to eating his lunch. As he finishes his second donut, the cafeteria bell rings, signaling the end of lunch.
Ooh.
Oh man, time to get back to class.
Yeah, I'm excited for my next. Am I excited for my next test? I don't know. I'm a little worried.
So you guys look at your agenda. I take it you all have like agendas, or you guys know what classes you guys have.
Yeah.
What?
All four of you actually share the same class since you share a lot of your classes. You guys have your battle class next.
Oof.
So
Excited.
as you guys
Squad.
head up to your next class, you see a bunch of people actually exiting the room that your battle class normally takes place in. And as you enter, you guys see on the chalkboard there's big writing and it says, "Meet me in the main entrance."
Okay.
And it's signed by Dr. Sumo. Mr. Sumo.
Mr. Dr. Sumo.
Mr. Dr. Sumo.
Okay, his name is Mr. Dr. Sumo. So, you know Mr. Dr. Sumo to be the Hariyama that runs the battle class in Gale Beach High. He is a really cool dude. He loves showing off all his fighting moves, and every now and then he'll just have people go out to the field and just fight for fun if he has nothing else to teach. He's a really cool dude.
This is definitely one of Bruce's favorite classes.
I think for a lot of people in the school, it's going to be their favorite class. So, there's a bunch of people who enter the room and immediately exit upon reading it. I take it you follow them out to the main entrance.
Yep. We'll follow.
Yep.
Main entrance to what? The school or?
The entrance of the school is where he directed you guys.
Okay.
So, you guys get to the entrance of the school, all four of you, and you see Mr. Doctor. Is it Doctor, Mr. or Mr. Doctor?
Mr. Dr. Sumo.
Mr. Dr. Sumo is standing in the middle of a crowd of Pokemon, and they're all waiting for you. And he sees you guys. He's like, "Oh, there you are, you four. I've been waiting for you. Come on, we're going out to the fields. This is where our final exams are going to be. I think you guys are really going to like this one."
Oh yeah.
And he
good.
gestures with his gigantic hands, like waves like, "Come on!" And he starts leaving the school.
Yeah. And my cheeks are like crackling with static electricity.
Yeah. Hey, did we ever establish what Pokemon Hikaru was?
A Pikachu.
We did
Yeah,
not do character introductions for Hikaru or Sammy.
It's true.
I'm sorry. If you guys want to, you guys can give yourselves character introductions. I'm sorry.
All right. So I'm playing Hikaru. She is a Pikachu. She's also a high school senior. And she likes music.
And Sammy, what about you?
Well, I'm playing Sammy. He's a Munchlax, also a high school senior. Weird coincidence. He's
right?
a Munchlax. I think I said that. Yeah, he's a Munchlax. A Munchlax, very hungry, very interested in food. Typically snacking on something. He might hide in his fur.
And Walter is the Riolu that you've been friends with, Sammy, Hikaru. Hikaru's been friends with Walter for quite a while. They share a love of music, and Walter's always wanted to be a rock star. And he always had his electric guitars and stuff at home, but his new recent, improvised electric cello seems to have him really excited.
Yeah.
So, with that, the four of you guys exit the school and head and follow Mr. Dr. Sumo out to the fields. You guys
Do you
have
wanna
a
go through
big sports
stats
field.
or anything for your characters?
For the numbers people, yeah, go ahead and introduce your stats. Actually, if you guys want to, you guys can do that as in a minute. I got something planned. As you guys head out to the field, Mr. Sumo stands on the sidelines,
Mr. Dr.
and
Sumo.
he directs everyone to stand across from him on the other side of the field. He gestures
I go
to
stand
one.
there.
We'll just
Okay,
walk
so
over
you
there.
guys are standing on this. You guys are standing on the side of the field, and he hollers out. He hollers out, Hikaru, and he points to one end of the field. Bruce, and he points to the other end of the field. You two are going to be fighting against each other for this final exam. Points will be given based on performance, not by the winner. I will call your names to stop the fight once you guys reach around half. Once you guys seem pretty beaten up. So, have at it. And he gestures to both sides of the field.
Go for it, dudes.
I'm raring to go.
So,
As am I.
as you
To a good
as you
battle.
as you guys take the sides of the field, I'm gonna have you guys introduce your stats, and then we will roll initiative.
Okay. So my stats,
Yeah, we'll.
who's going first?
You
Bruce
can
already
go
did
first.
his.
Yeah.
So I have an HP of 22, attack 8, defense 10. Special attack is 9. Special defense is 9. Speed is 12. And my human stats are 2 beauty, 1 cute, and 0 for cool, smart, and tough.
All right, and Bruce, you already introduced your character sheet, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So the way fights work in this is every Pokemon has a speed stat in their character sheet. Your initiative order is based on your speed stat. So let's say Hikaru. What is Hikaru's speed?
12.
Okay, so with a speed of 12, your initiative dice is a d12. Bruce, what's your speed?
9.
So you would roll a d9 as your initiative. The person with the highest roll goes first, and that is the turn order. So why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative?
I rolled a 9.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
Ooh.
Just barely.
So
I
Hikaru
narrowly
goes
go first. Yay!
I
Yay!
expect you to be the speedier one. Yeah, you did say you had a 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Electric types do be fast.
Mhm.
And the way attacks work is, in this game, unlike D&D, we do not consider movement unless it is you're like 10 miles away from the fight or something. All you do is you select a move, you roll a d20 for accuracy, and you have to beat a certain number. Once you roll that certain number, if it is higher than, say, a 6, it hits. When that hits, you roll damage, and the damage is based on the move. Certain moves have an effect roll, where you roll a separate d20, and if that d20 is rolled high enough, an effect will take place. For example, for paralysis to happen, let's say you use Thundershock. Doesn't Hikaru know Thundershock?
Yep, I have a Thundershock.
What's the effect roll for Thundershock?
Yeah, so roll d20, and you have to beat a 10.
Okay.
Get at least
So-
a 10.
The effect roll is 10, or is the effect roll 10, or is that a 10% chance to hit?
Its effect is 10. Pretty sure.
Actually, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure.
Yeah, if your roll is
Okay.
at least the listed number, the effect happens.
It
Okay,
should be
so-
19.
Yeah,
Maybe a
it should
19 or
be
20.
19 or 20. Your effect roll is the percentage of chance that you roll a d20 and you have to get the number listed as your effect roll. Thundershock has an effect roll of 10, which means it has a 10% chance to hit. 10% on a d20 means you have to roll a 19 or a 20 to get Thundershock. The effect rolls are rolled separately from accuracy rolls and are only rolled if the move hits. So, with that, Hikaru, you are up.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate, but I think we'll roll with it for now.
I think that's what we established.
Well, yeah, because it is confusing because the moves on the character sheet say a different thing from the moves in the moves list page on our sheets.
Well, I have lick, and my effect roll is 30, and I can't roll a 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know.
The
Yeah,
actual.
good luck
effect-
trying to roll a 30 on a d20.
Yeah, let's see. For lick, I
I'd
believe.
say 30. No, I think for lick it says like PP 30. I think.
Well, if you
Um,
type in lick on your where it says moves on the actual character sheet, not the list, it'll say your effect roll is 30, which means it has a 30% chance to paralyze.
Yeah.
If you look in the moves list, it'll say, I think, what is that,
15.
14?
It's
15.
15. Yeah.
Okay. So you have to roll 15 or higher. The accuracies are different in the moves list than it is in the effect roll on the character sheet, but either way, they do mean the same thing. They just mean it in different ways. It's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
under Thundershock it says you have to beat a 19,
Yes.
and then
Yep.
on
And
my
yeah, that's-
and then in the character sheet it says 10. So you're right.
Yes, because.
That makes
Okay.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Hikaru, you are up. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm gonna start with Charm.
All right, and for the audience, what does Charm do?
So Charm lowers the foe's attack by 4. So what I'm gonna do is do I describe like how do I carry out the move?
That's actually a good thing to establish. Do you want me to flavor the moves, or do you guys want to flavor the moves yourselves?
Generally, I would do it.
Okay. So each time you attack, try and flavor the move. One thing I am different from Not a Scratch's system is inspiration is a thing. If you do certain things, I will give you certain bonuses, or hazards will happen. Like, for example, you throw brick break, but it misses. If you end up hitting a tree, that tree could fall over and become a hazard on the field. But also, if you do like really creative stuff that is really cool, I might give you inspiration. This is for inside and outside of battles. And for those who don't know, inspiration, it lets you re-roll any roll you wish, but only once.
Okay. Alright. So Hikaru's gonna use Charm, and she's gonna well, first I'm gonna roll for accuracy. I have to beat a 6. It's a nat 1. Alright.
So, the way this is going to work for a nat 1 is, usually for attacking moves, you roll damage on yourself and then divide that damage by 2. But because it is a status move, I'm just going to say you take the effect and apply it to yourself divided by 2.
Divided by 2. So I'm gonna lower my own attack by 2.
Alright. And how exactly do you manage to lower your own attack with a charm?
Yeah, so I start like dancing, and I'm kind of like acting out a dance move that I've been practicing, which is basically like the like pointing your fingers in opposite directions, like Saturday Night Fever. And I just fall on the ground.
Okay. So Hikaru is laying on the ground, and it is now Bruce's turn.
Okay. And Bruce, seeing that, is going to be look a little confused, and then just think he knows Hikaru a little bit, so he's going to figure that Hikaru was trying to go for some sort of status move. So he's going to go just sort of like go for a leer, just like stare Hikaru down and try to lower her defense.
Okay.
That is a 3. So that will also miss.
That will
It
also
does not beat the accuracy roll of 6.
So I'm gonna say what happens is Hikaru, because she is prone on the ground currently, doesn't even see you leering. And so it looks like you're just standing there. Nothing happens.
I'm like imagining.
His back is...
I'm imagining Bruce leering with his eyes closed.
Yes.
Oops, forgot to open my eyes. Alright, it is Hikaru's turn.
Okay, my turn again. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna start with. I'll go for a Thunder Shock. Because, my special attack is higher, so special attacks have an advantage. So that is a power 4? Okay, so I'm gonna roll for accuracy. Is a 5, and I had to beat a 6, so that misses.
Wow. Man, this is going great, isn't it?
Yeah.
At this point, Mr. Dr. Sumo's just going to end it because you guys aren't doing anything.
So as this is all happening, Mr. Dr. Sumo, his face is just his head is just planted in his face. He's face palming, is what I'm trying to say. He is not impressed with what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So I aim my Thunder Shock at Bruce, and comes out of my tail and hits the ground next to Bruce.
I see that he just sort of like goes real low to the ground, and it sort of like grazes his back, and all it does is ignite the flames on his back.
Oh no.
You have made me more powerful.
And then he just looks over behind him and sees the flames. He's like, yeah, I guess now is a good time for an ember. And just, like, you see the flames. Here, I guess I'll roll first before I describe it. Okay, that's a 4. Can't do anything. The dice don't let me.
If this keeps going on, I very well might, Mr. Dr. Sumo very well might just pull you out of the fight as a disqualification.
Oh boy.
This really ain't doing
so he like tries to pull the flames in from like his back up to like inside to like form a little fireball in his mouth to shoot, and then he tries to shoot out the fireball and just a puff of smoke comes out of his mouth.
And nothing happens.
And Hikaru's like, haha. Like, you try harder next time, Bruce. And then she goes for another Thunder Shock, because why not? So, roll a d20 again. 4!
Wow.
What? Wait, another 4?
This is ridiculous.
Okay.
After a certain number of
describe to
turns,
me
you
how
should
this
definitely end
happens.
it.
So describe to me how this Thundershock misses.
Yeah, so Hikaru charges up the electricity patches on her cheeks. They're like visibly crackling with blue electricity. And then another thunderbolt just shoots out of her whole body and narrowly misses Bruce and lands right behind him.
So with this, Mr. Dr. Sumo is gonna start stepping in the middle. It's like, whoa, okay, guys, stop. That is enough.
Wait a minute.
You two get on the sideline. You guys are doing nothing.
Hey, but
And
Hikaru got more
you
moves
can
than I
see
did. Hikaru started.
He's not happy right now. That is
like,
true.
Oh, great.
But Mr. Dr. Sumo, he's like, all right, guys, that's enough. Gee, dear Arceus, you guys need some practice. Go over to the sidelines. I'm calling the next people. You can see he is flustered and he is not happy right now.
And Hikaru's just like pouting, like, but I wanted to land a move.
Maybe next time. Give us some practice. Your results will be in 2 to 4 weeks, as will everyone's. And he points over to the crowd of people on the sidelines, who, by the way, all saw both of your miserable failures. And he points to Sammy and Walter. You two. All right, you. He points to Sammy, that side of the field, and he points to Walter, that side of the field. And
Okay.
Walter's like, oh boy, this is gonna be fun. And he jogs over to the other side of the field. Hey guys, Dakota here. Welcome to the midsection. As this is the first episode, I do have a couple things to address. First of all, as you've probably noticed, this show is very similar to Not a Scratch. That's because this is the first podcast I've done, and since I'm new to this field, I'm pulling inspiration from multiple podcasts I love to listen to myself. In the show, you're going to see a little bit of everything as we try and get this ball rolling. With that out of the way, I'm going to announce a cool segment here for the midsection, the question of the episode. Now, what is the question of the episode, you may be asking? Well, it's almost like I'm going to tell you no matter what. On our Discord server, which is listed down below, there's a channel called The Question of the Episode, where anyone who is a member of our Discord can leave a question for me to read here in this segment. I will be handpicking the best or funniest questions, so leave as many questions as you like. Since these episodes are being recorded and edited before the release of the first 3 episodes, there is nobody in the Discord to give us questions. How sad. So until then, I'll be moving on to the music used in this episode. Thank you to the Zame for the song Battle, Ho and Rival, Me, Brendan remix. Thank you to Glitchx City for the songs Pokemon X and Y Santa Moon Forest remix, Jupe the Life City Lo-Fi remix, and Pokemon Center theme Lo-Fi remix. Thank you to Pokemon Red and Blue Rescue Team for the song In a Dream. With that all done, let's get back to the episode. And
Sammy
it
kind of
is
looks
time
back at
to
his
roll
friends.
initiative.
Sammy looks back at his friends. He's like, better luck next time, guys.
Yeah.
Bruce
We'll need
is
it.
kind of silently
Initiative.
sulking. He's not happy that he got cut off.
Yeah. But now I'm just excited to see both of my friends duke it out.
Walter will be going first.
Okay, so,
Rolled
what
a
did you
1.
roll? Well, Walter actually rolled max speed. He rolled 6 out of a D6. So,
I rolled
Walter's
a 1
gonna go
on a
first.
D6. He's going first.
And I feel like I maybe should have paired you guys up a little bit differently, because I'm starting to realize, Walter has a slight advantage on you. Just a slight advantage with
It's
him
fine.
being a fighting
Hey, if somebody gets hit, that's more
It'll
than
be entertaining.
their fight.
type. More excitement than the last battle.
Walter has the
So,
slight advantage of being fighting type.
Just a slight advantage. I could have picked anyone else out of the crowd, but no, I had to be Walter.
Nah.
Well, Walter's
me
going to
the
go
type
in with a
disadvantage.
brick break, and he's
Gosh.
going to roll a 24
Walter already
accuracy,
knows
and
brick
it will
break?
be- I didn't look up his actual moveset. I basically cobbled a bunch of stuff together. I was like,
Walter's cheating.
what could a Riolu learn? And I'm like, yes, Brick Break, that'll do it. So,
It's a
oh
TM
god,
move.
I'm actually looking at the damage for Brick Break, and I'm actually gonna retcon this and maybe give him something else because, actually, hold on, give me 1 second. What is Riolu's Riolu?
Quick Attack, Endure, Faint, and Metal Claw are the attacks that Riolu can learn before level 10.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Metal Claw.
Interesting. Okay.
So he can only counter.
Okay.
Oh no, before level 10. Never mind. He can't hit me with any fighting moves.
All right. Actually, that. Okay. So I'm going to replace Brick Break with Faint. No, Faint's level 11.
What?
Crap. Okay.
Oh, no.
No, he's
what
gonna
moves
have
are
to-
you looking
Yeah.
at? Gen 5. I don't know why I'm looking at Gen 5.
Yeah.
What's Gen 9?
Gen 9 moveset has
my
Faint as
bad.
level 4.
9. Cerebi. Cerebi, help me. Let's see.
Level 4 Faint.
Give me other Gen 9 decks.
I just use Bulbapedia.
Okay. So he can quick attack, foresight, endure, and counter. Perfect. Quick attack, foresight, endure, and counter. All right, let me implement that.
Foresight.
Endure,
And Faint.
quick attack, counter, and what was it?
That's
Attack,
Gen
Endure, Faint, and Metal
7 learn set.
Faint. That was it. Okay.
Dakota,
Is
do you
what
know
I
your
had
Roman
in that-
numerals?
I do know my Roman numerals. I don't know if you were talking to, but I do in fact
No,
know
yeah,
my
I was asking
Roman
you
numerals.
because I don't know what. Again,
You were
Oh,
looking
okay,
at the Gen. You were looking at the Gen 7 moveset there, I think.
yeah.
Right now, I'm looking at. Yeah. What the? Instead of IX, I clicked on IV, which is directly below it. So,
Oh, jeez. You were looking at
yeah,
Gen 4.
I was looking at Gen 4. So, quick attack, endure, faint, and
Metal
metal claw.
There you
Okay. That's weird that it.
He actually gets a
That is
steel type
weird that
move
it-
pretty early now.
Mhm.
Counter, quick attack, and metal claw. Okay, so I'm gonna say he uses metal claw. Apparently, that's just the move slot I replaced with brick break. So, I'm because this is a whole new. It has a different attack. Or sorry, accuracy stat. I'm actually just gonna re-roll that. He initially rolled a 14, but this time he rolls a 6, which he misses. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna run up to you and he's going to slash at you with. I don't know. Does Willow have claws? And then
Yeah.
he's got those metal stubs on his
Little
arms.
pause.
So he runs up to Sammy and he starts swiping too early and he actually swipes like right in front of your face and he stumbles and falls down next to you.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sammy's turn.
I had to look up the type chart because I was like, what do I resist? Apparently, I resist steel.
Oh, actually I would have missed that. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So what is Sammy doing?
Oh, wait, no. Do I? Yeah. Normal half to steel? Or oh, no. Steel is resistant to normal.
Riolu is pure fighting.
Yeah. I was trying to see if normal resisted steel or if it was steel that resists normal. I think it might be the other way around.
I think steel resists normal.
Yeah, so I don't resist anything. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's normal type. Duh. Okay. You're immune to ghost.
I'm
and
just
weak
immune
to
to
fighting.
ghost.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
that's my thing. All right.
And last I checked, Walter does not have ghost type moves before level 10.
I do. But that doesn't matter. Well, yes. I guess should we explain that? Does ghost hit a normal type? If I were hit with a ghost move.
So, because this is based on the mystery dungeon rules, immunity does not do 0 damage. It does 1/10 damage. So, say you were to use Shadow Ball on Sammy, who is a normal type. You would roll damage for it and then divide it by 10, and that's how much damage you would do. That's how immunities work in this.
Okay.
So we're not dealing with that right now.
It's good to know.
Yeah, it is your turn, Sammy.
It is. What do I guess I will go for a tackle.
Tackle attack.
For my accuracy. That is the wrong die.
Would you roll a d12?
I rolled a 6. I rolled a d6. No, my accuracy, I rolled a 12.
Okay, so with a 12 that will hit, roll your damage dice.
That's a 6 on the die. So damage dice is 12 plus my attack of 13. Alright, I didn't explain my stats. Okay. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna do this attack, then I'll go through my stats.
Okay. So, hold on, that's 13 after everything?
Oh, hang on, I'm doing math. It's 25 after everything.
Math is hard. Oh crap, 25? Holy crap. You said 25?
So I guess before we continue, my stats...
Hold on. Does fighting resist normal type moves?
Don't forget to subtract your defense stat from that total.
It does it? Yeah, so here's the thing. Walter only has a defensive stat of 4. So explain to me how you one-shot Walter.
Do you want to go through your stats before or after that?
I will go through my stats before.
Yeah, how about you go through your stats real quick? Let's make sure you didn't make a mistake, because I am very curious how he did.
Well,
how
attack
is
1d8 plus 6. I rolled a 6, so plus 6 is 12. And then my attack is 13. Yeah. I added 12 and 13. Got 25.
Okay. So Sammy's just secretly OP, is what we're saying.
So, alright, so starting from the top, my HP is 35. My attack is 13. My defense is 12. My special attack is 9. Special defense is 10, and my speed is 6.
I think you might have some extra stat points.
HP was 15, by the way.
Anyway, for my human stats...
Okay, hold on. I figured out what went wrong. Walter is at level 1.
Walter is at level 1. He's a baby. Oh my gosh.
Okay, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta reset this up. Yeah, because he has no level up bonus. Okay, I figured out the problem. Let's see. Oh god. Okay, I gotta do some math here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You said you weren't prepared. You weren't kidding.
Apparently not. Hold on. Okay, it doesn't even matter. His HP is 21. And after defenses, you deal 21 damage.
Like even with the level up bonuses?
Oh no. Okay. He has a defense of 6. Sorry.
Okay.
So
all right.
he has 2 HP left, which is a little bit better than before. But I need you to describe exactly how you do 95% damage to this.
Okay, before that, let me just do my human stats real quick. My cool is I have a cool stat of 0. My cute is 2. My smart is 0. Beauty is 0, and my tough is 1. Okay, so Walter's just standing across from me on the battle pitch, and I am just kind of shrugging off that he came so close to hitting me and didn't make it, and I'm just like, alright, time to show my stuff, and I run full speed at him to
He is laying at your feet. Because he missed you and fell down. He is
alright, so I jump back a bit and then run at him to knock him even more down, because he was probably trying to get up, and I'm just like, no, you stay down.
You know what would have been really funny? He falls down, you look at him, and you just jump on him.
And then it would be body slam. So I gotta tackle him somehow.
It's similar. Okay, so as soon as this hits, Mr. Dr. Sumo looks over you guys like, whoa, 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 guys, stop, stop, stop. Okay, that's enough. And he sees that you almost kill Walter. He's like, okay, guys, get over there. And Walter slowly gets up shakily and goes over to the sidelines. And Mr. Dr. Sumo tosses 2 citrus berries at him, which will heal him to full health, actually.
Walter, I'm so sorry.
So that was crazy.
Yeah, we might have to go over Sammy's stats again real quick after this, after we finish up here.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm okay with one shouting people.
Maybe. I don't know. Sammy might end up being the Ralph of this show.
Wait, how? Overpowered?
So, yeah. I mean, Inru had to implement the Ralph rule to stop Ralph from becoming just insanely overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
And among other things, which I won't go into for spoiler reasons, but Ralph was way too overpowered and not a scratch.
Anyway, that tackle's canon. It happened.
So, right. So you guys are on the sidelines. The 4 of you guys are watching the rest of the battles commence. I have an idea. One of you guys throw me a random Pokemon that would be around level 10, and I need another one from someone else, and I will decide who wins.
Hoot.
Tangela.
Hold on. Evelyn, did you say Suicune?
Silcoon.
Okay.
Silcoon. I think you said Suicune. I was like, level 10?
I thought she also said hoot like it was two hoot against what I said.
Oh. So we got what did you all say again? I got caught up on
Hoot, Silcoon, and Tangela were the options.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hoot and Tangela go up against each other. And that's flying versus grass. Hoot's gonna win. Hoot is gonna join you guys over there. Throw me another couple Pokemon.
Metapod.
Litten.
Oh, Litten. I like Litten.
Name a Pokemon. I have now forgotten every Pokemon ever.
I've forgotten every Pokemon except the legendaries.
Except for the...
This is exactly why I always have you guys whenever we're in a new area, I'm like, oh, what Pokemon would be good for us? I'm like, crap, I can't think of any. Somebody choose for me.
Let's go with C-Dot.
So C-Dot and
Litten.
Metapod.
Okay.
Ooh. Actually, that's a pretty good type.
Metapod would have a good advantage if you could do anything.
So you see Metapod just get slowly shinier and shinier and shinier as time goes on, and C-Dot's just flinging bullet seeds at it. And over the course of 20 minutes, it slowly whittles down the HP.
C-Dot uses Bide.
Hey,
oh yeah,
don't forget, Metapod and Kakuna get
Metapod
very
uses
mad
Harden.
if you say they can only use Harden. They can still use Tackle.
So,
well, is it one of those Metapods that can also can use String Shot and Tackle because it evolved from a Caterpie?
Exactly.
well, it is canonically this Metapod can only use Harden. It is that classic Gen 1 Metapod.
Okay.
This Metapod apparently does not get mad when you say they can only Harden.
He knows what he can do, and he's not afraid of showing.
So a couple more battles go down like this, and over time, the crowd on one side of the field gets smaller and smaller. And soon enough, Mr. Sumo steps up, like, "All right, that's everybody." He picks up a piece of paper next to him. For those of you guys who decided to join the survivability test, or join the survivability class at the beginning of the year, you guys stay. Everyone else can go on to your next class. And as the crowd starts to thin out, it is actually just you four. You four all chose to do the survivability class at the beginning of your senior year. And this will be your final exam.
Oh boy.
As everyone else starts heading back to the school, Mr. Dr. Sumo gestures towards you guys to come with him. And as you guys get up to him, he is like, all right, so this final exam is for your survivability class. It's going to be a practical test. So you guys are going to. He gestures over to the woods at the edge of the field, and he says, "There is something at the end of this mystery dungeon I have placed, and I need you guys to go retrieve it. Whoever comes back with it first, gets bonus points. If you don't come back, you fail."
If you don't come back, you fail.
So
It's kind of
yeah,
I'm just, like,
yeah, it's
nervous.
kind of hard to succeed when you're not alive. So, with that being said, off you go, and he shushes you all off into the woods.
All right. So I guess I just like
Just remember, don't die.
Thanks.
Yeah.
thanks, Mr. Dr. Sumo.
You got it,
Yeah,
Mr. Sumo.
He gives you a gigantic thumbs
Gives
up.
a gigantic thumbs up. I go for a high five.
What's-
Wait, who's giving him a high five?
I am.
You look for him for a high five, but he has to lay down on the ground in order for him to reach you because you're so small, and you like barely cover like a quarter of one of his fingers. All right, good luck to you guys. You guys will know the item when you see it, and yeah, so you guys are off on your own. What's your guys' plan right now?
So we walk into the dungeon already?
Yeah, Bruce just
I
walks
mean,
right
not
in.
yet. You guys are like right outside it. There's like trees and stuff, but there's clearly like what looks to be like a hiking path, almost. And you guys are standing outside of it. You guys can like formulate a plan if you guys all want to team up. If you guys want to all four go separate or whatever, it's up to you.
Realize how tall Hariyama was.
Maybe we can split up into 2 teams.
Do you guys want to do
Yeah,
that?
2 teams.
Okay.
Okay.
Sammy, you're with
Because
me.
this is a mystery dungeon. All right.
Okay.
You guys devise how you guys are going to split this team up. I am going to create another dungeon because I did not expect there to be 2 of them.
I expect
Yeah.
there to be 2 dungeons. We're gonna do 2 separate dungeons.
Oh, boy.
Who's sticking
yeah.
with who?
I might go with Walter because I know him.
And
Okay.
Bruce will go with Sammy because he knows him.
That's how it works, I guess.
Okay. Okay. You gotta give me a couple minutes. I gotta create a new dungeon.
No.
What does splitting up look like? Do we like start in 2 different parts of the same floor?
So you guys are each gonna have separate. Each of you are gonna have separate dungeons because the way Mystery Dungeons work is every time you enter one, it is different. And because you guys are, well, actually, are you guys gonna be entering at the same time, or are you guys going to be entering at different times? Because I can set this up for a race if you guys want to.
Do it.
I think we'll enter at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's
Okay.
what we were gonna do.
I feel
Oh,
like-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna send them in a different direction.
All right. So you guys are going to enter at the exact same time, and as you guys enter the forest, that is where I'm going to end this episode. So, thank you guys.
Okay.
I have been Dakota, your PM, your DM, your GM.
I've been Evelyn playing Hikaru.
I've been Eli playing Bruce.
I've been Shawn playing Sammy.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. A group consisting of a young Evie and a Vaporeon walked down the long corridor inside a train station. Come on, Selena. Let's get the middle one, she says, looking at her mother, and she pointed to the 3rd car in a long line, all of which had signs saying Newburgh City on them. Alright, but let's hurry. We'll miss the game if we don't get on soon. I know. Maybe we'll get to see Aaron today. The pamphlet says he's going to be there as a guest. Oh, he'll be there. The two of them got on the train. Selena needed help from her mother to get up onto the tall seats of the train. As they traveled by, Selena looked out the window and watched as the farmland and forest whisked by. The minutes rolled by, and Selena read and reread the baseball pamphlet they had picked up at the train station. Selena had never been to a ball game before, and her mother had bought tickets to the big game in New Birch City as a birthday present. She was so excited she could barely wait. "Hey, Mom!" Selena was cut off abruptly as a deafeningly loud crash came from the front of the train. Selena and some other Pokemon were flung across towards the other side of the train car. As she staggered to her feet, she looked around and saw a large hole in the floor where her mother had previously been sitting. She pushed past panicking Pokemon to reach the hole. Her mother was pinned underneath the wreckage of the train seats, very close to the hole. "Hold on, Mom, I'm getting you out of there!" As she says this, Selena started pulling on the seat and it started to budge, but as she did so, her mom slid closer to the hole. "Somebody help!" As she looked around, nobody seemed to notice, as all of the Pokemon were starting to open the exit door, and someone was trying to pull an emergency brake. Selena looked back at her mother, but not before the train lurched and sent her flying into the hole. Then there was silence.